Hi, I'm Mike Seastrom. I am owner of Valhalla Motorworks and eHparts.net, the current keeper, I guess, of the remaining factory inventory. My first bike was number 434. Bought it accidentally on purpose after I'd gone to the Excelsior Henderson dealerships, they were really not interested in selling me a bike. I went in with my money, told them I wanted a bike. They said, well, we really don't know. Come look at this Softail over here. And I said, no, I want a blue and silver. And they said, well, we haven't got any. We got black and we got green and oyster. I really didn't want the green and oyster and wasn't excited about the black. So I came back a few months later. The company was starting signs of the bankruptcy and said, okay, I'm here with my money. I want to buy a bike. And they're like, yeah, well, we don't really know that much about them yet. And so I left again, and after the bankruptcy was declared, I went back for the third time and said, okay, here's my money. I will take one, but I want a discount. And they're like, nope, full list price, that's it. And I'm like, the company's bankrupt and you need to sell these bikes. And they wouldn't give me even a $200 discount. They offered me some t-shirts. So I walked out for the third time. About 3 years later, I was getting ready to go on a camping trip, and an Excelsior came up close to me, a green and oyster, which is the color I really didn't want. I put a low bid on it and went camping for the weekend, and came back on Sunday night and got the old email that said, you've won! And I had to go to my lovely wife, Sandy, and say, hey, need to take some money out of savings. I bought an Excelsior Henderson. So we drove down, looked at the bike, started right up, it was all good. I'd never been on the X before, and so, been used to riding my Harley, and got out on the road, and drove a few miles, and got on the interstate and got it up to my Harley cruising RPM of 2,500, and the bike shook and made noise, and I was scared to death of the bike. And after a few miles, I got used to it and found out the sweet spot was a little higher than that, and got her up to 2,800 RPM and cruised along. It's beautiful. Rode the bike for many, many years, and then had other bikes in between. Was never really active in the community. I followed the boards, watched the Yahoo board, didn't comment, and then at a point came to our lives where we had some more spare time. We went to our first EH rally gathering, and it's been insanity ever since. So found the community, the family, as we say, just fantastic. And one thing led to another, and ended up buying another bike, and then worked with Dan Hanlon on becoming a authorized service center. And in the process of that, he mentioned that he might want to sell the inventory, and worked with Dan, and at that time it's been the good folks at Atlantic Excelsior Henderson, and so we made a deal with both parties, and have created eHparts here in Arkansas. And our goal is to make sure that you can ride them and not hide them. I know it's a corny saying, but I enjoy saying it. And we've had a lot of great folks reach out to us, bikes they haven't ridden in 3, 4, 5, 10 years, and say, I'm going to start riding my bike again. You got the parts, and that gives us a really good feeling to be able to help keep these bikes alive. As Dan said, he wanted a bike that would be around for 100 years, and we're 25 years in, and as far as I can see, we're good for the next 75.
How many bikes do you own here?
So, the number of bikes I currently own, and my wife is in the background here laughing. Oh, no, she knows. I currently own 16 Excelsior Hendersons. I buy them, and the goal is to get as many of them as I can running in the next few years, or into retirement, and sell those. I have no desire to own 16 Excelsior Hendersons, but like orphan children, I've seen some of these go on eBay and be parted out, and it's just sad. There's not enough of these bikes out there. So when I can have the time and resources, funds, if the bike sells at a reasonable price, we'll bring it here. And as you can see, maybe in the background, there's a few here. Most of these are mine. Yeah, our goal is just to to get them in, clean them up, get them running, and hopefully find new owners. We want to perpetuate the bike to new owners, people that are not part of this group currently, maybe a younger generation. We've got a few new members that have discovered the bikes. I think that's great, and that's our future. So they don't do anybody any good sitting in garages, barns, sheds. They need to be out there on the road. So that's kind of our mantra, is to get them in, get them running, get them back out there, and keep the dream alive as long as we can.